So with you, you'll have to put your house and your cars in the irrevocable trust, but you could still, like if you change cars and things, you could transfer it from the trust to buy a new car or something like that. But otherwise, it'll go through probate if you do a will. You just don't want anything in a will. If you want anything to go, like your retirement accounts, your checking account, your savings account, you have named beneficiaries in there, right?
Mm-hmm.
So those
But right now, it's all in Kim's name. So I would have to have probably Denise and Crystal added as beneficiaries too, right?
Right.
Because we're probably
Secondary
both going to kick the
beneficiaries.
bucket around the same time.
Yeah. Yeah, so then they could be like secondary beneficiaries, but or you could have the accounts titled in both of your names. Are they all in your name right now?
Everything's in both of our names, I think.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I think everything.
So if
the house
everything's
and-
in both of your names, then right of survivorship, if you pass away, it goes to her, and if it's, whatever. But then your beneficiaries under that would be if you both pass, whatever, first it goes to the other person, and then whoever survives, once they pass, then it goes to the beneficiaries, and you can name the percentages. So
Excuse me.
that's what you want to do instead of going through a will, because if it's in a will, then it's going to go through probate, so you're going to have to pay.
What actually is probate? I hear that all the time, and I don't really know how to define
You
it.
have to go to the probate court, and you have to get the judge to say, oh yes, this is what they wanted in their will, so okay, you have to pay inheritance tax on it first. If it goes by the trust, then you don't have to pay inheritance tax.
Oh, really? I didn't
Yeah,
know that.
and you don't have to pay an attorney to take it to probate
Oh, I've
court.
heard about that.
And you don't have to wait years. It usually takes years to get something through probate where the judge just says, okay, this is what they wanted. Okay, we're going to sign it. But you got to get an attorney for that. So wills are like a thing of the past in estate planning. So,
Okay.
yeah.
I did not realize that.
Yeah, no, most people don't, I mean, I still have a will, I still need to do this myself.
What's
Like, it
the
just
kind
takes
of isn't there a kind of thing where they have it in case like someone is like confused or older or something to make decisions on their behalf?
Right, yeah.
Because
They
power
have
of
that
attorney?
Yeah, they
Yeah,
have.
but they have a certain kind where you can appoint somebody
Mhm.
that you know. And I've heard that that's the way to go
Mhm.
a lot of times.
Yeah, all of mine is in, like, I don't own a house right now, so all of my assets are in, like, an investment account, retirement account, and those are all right of survivorship, so everything will go directly to them.
Mm.
But,
I've got a handwritten will and it has coordinates on it.
that's not valid, that's a hallucinogenic, holographic will in New York is not valid.
It doesn't
Unless
matter.
it's,
The coordinates lead to something, another set of directions.
You're going to make somebody go around the continental U.S. and chase down their inheritance?
Yeah.
what was that movie
The
we watched when
government
we were
won't
young
put
where
that
the
much
palm
effort in.
trees made the big
Oh,
W?
yeah. It's a mad, 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 mad world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny.
Yeah, no, I'm not paying any taxes on mine though. That's for sure.
Yeah, but my car is the only thing was like the car, it would have to go through probate, I guess, because I don't have beneficiaries on the title or anything. But
It's okay. We don't want it.
Can you add that? I mean, can you add beneficiaries on your title?
I don't know. I don't know.
Because I mean,
You could do what I
Otherwise,
do.
you have to put it into like the name of a trust,
yeah.
and
I
then.
guess you could do that, right? I mean, you could put
Yeah.
your automobiles and
You
stuff
can
in your
put whatever
trust.
you want in a trust, yeah.
My car doesn't even have a title. I've got a transferable reg. All I got to do is sign the back, have someone sign their name on the back, and it's theirs.
Yeah, you
No
can't
tax.
get a
No
title for that
title?
because it's that, because it's
No, they
after.
had titles. They did, but they weren't required for the longest
Is it,
Like-
you
time.
talking about for the Rambler?
Yeah.
To
Fine
get a
if-
replacement title, they're like, nope, and to go to register it, don't need a title, because it's before a certain year.
Yeah,
Hmm.
before like 71 or something like that, you can just write it over.
Oh, I
With
didn't know
no fees, nothing. The only fees you pay are to actually register it in your name after.
And then you have to pay the sales
But
tax.
if the reg is still good from the previous owner,
that. Wow, I didn't know that. Now I'm learning a lot of stuff today.
Yeah.
Yeah, I sometimes lay awake trying to think when I croak or Kim croaks, who gets my stuff?
Right.
You know, I'll probably give my house to Caden, but I mean, somebody's going to get mad because somebody's going to get this car. That person might want this car, or you know, all my guitars are probably going to go in a dumpster, or I'll send them to you because
Yeah.
nobody else wants them. But yeah, anyway.
I'll make sure they don't go in a dumpster.
Yeah, I mean, it's good to have just everything written down, like even like the disposition of remains, you know, that's a form now. You know, you have your living trust, you have a trust,
It's so
a
weird that the
healthcare
government's gotta
proxy.
be
Do you have
involved
the
in
healthcare
this.
proxy and all of that? You have one?
No, I don't.
Yeah. You need to get a healthcare proxy and, you know, because God forbid you get divorced and somebody has to make the decisions for you. If you don't have this form, then Kim would have to go to court to be appointed to have the right to tell your doctor what to do. You know.
So we should be healthcare proxies for each other and have our
Mhm.
kids maybe signed on as well.
Yep. Yeah. So yeah, most of these forms you can, like the healthcare proxy and the living will, you can get generally online and just have them notarized. In New York you can at least. But yeah, I think, I'm not sure if Dad has the living will or the healthcare proxy. But yeah, I know with Mom, you know, if the biggest benefit, you know, they say that like 70% of people will need some kind of home health care. You know? And so there's, with Medicaid, there's what's called community-based. And that's where you can have help come to your house instead of you having to go to a nursing home. So, of course, that's what she wants, and that's what we all want for her.
Yeah.
But in order for her to qualify for community-based health care, she has to get all assets out of her name. Like, I think it's $30,000 for a single or something. I have it in that thing that I sent to you, but we'll look at it. I don't memorize all these things.
Yeah, I read through all that stuff and I kind of understood it, but it was.
Yeah. So, anyway, there's a maximum amount of assets you can have to qualify for Medicaid, and there's a maximum amount of income that you can have. And so her income, let's just say if she's single, you know, as a married couple it was too much too, but as a single person I think she's like a couple $100 over what the Medicaid amount is. So we need to take that couple $100 and put it in the Miller Trust, that qualified income trust. And then she can use that trust. It's just, you open a bank account and it's in the name of the trust, and you use those assets to pay your regular living expenses. You can have, like, you know, the same amount transferred every month, and it will, you can pay for your utilities, your taxes, whatever you designate, just like a regular checking account. But when I tried to do this before, we went through the whole application process, and then she said, no, I don't want to do that. I don't want anybody to tell me how to spend my money. I'm like, they're not telling you how to spend your money. It's just, you have to spend it out of this check. So, but now she said, okay, I should do the Miller Trust.
I mean, I get it.
But you think of the big picture, it's so yeah, with the you know, she said Leo had a living trust. And a living trust is revocable. She can say, okay, I want this interest for this for now. But Medicaid, that won't protect you for Medicaid. Medicaid can still go after those assets. So it has to be in an irrevocable trust, where you put the house in the name of the irrevocable trust, trust or whatever, and then you could still change the beneficiaries if you wanted to disown somebody down the road or whatever, but you'd have to get the executor and everybody to sign up on it. But that's doesn't even apply to us. It's never going to happen, right? But her kids and Charlie's kids are going to fight,
So in Louisville, Kentucky, it's only 25 years old that a car doesn't need a title for. So you could actually kind of avoid a lot of the fees and do a lot of stuff like that. So that way, if something happened and the government came saying that, oh, well, we got rid of the title for it, it was old, and then we just transferred ownership over on a signature, and you can say it happened whenever. There's no date on it,
Mm-hmm.
So you could avoid a lot of the taxes with that, sales tax and all that.
Yeah,
It's just it's all gone.
you still
avoid
have
the
to
whole
register
paper.
it. When you go to register it, that's when you have to
When
pay
you go to
sales tax, and you have to
register it,
show them a bill of
say-
sale.
When you go to register it, you just say you spent a couple of dollars on
Well,
it.
you have to have a bill of sale,
$5
and
the
that has to
car
be signed
was.
by the seller.
Because if it's within the family, if they see it's last name, same last name, you just say, oh, I spent $5 on it, because then they'll tax you if it's a gift, which is ridiculous.
Right.
And if it
If they
goes through a
put it
will,
on fair
even more
market value.
ridiculous,
So, okay, so the trust, like I have
Hey,
basic
dog.
templates that I've found, but it's like, it's hard to find these things because attorneys don't want them to be out there because they're not gonna make the money on it, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if we can at least get like all the assets listed, like, Dad doesn't really have them. And so, he doesn't have to worry about it, but in order for him to qualify for home health care services, he has to reduce his income. His assets have to be lower than 30,000 too. So, and so he definitely needs a Miller Trust. And like I've been trying to do this. I did like this health law and policy clinic that I worked in law school in 2015. So I tried to start doing this for them back then. And over the years, like 2017, I did it too. I mean, I sent you the emails too, but it was like when I have time, when I had time, I was like, let me do it now. Because like right now, I'm like working 65, 70 hours a week. I'm winding down my practice, working for this other practice, and it's like a little crazy right now, but but we need to do it. And so anyway, I think if we get a template for one, and then go to an attorney, get them to okay it, then we can use the same template for everybody else.
Yeah.
And
I see.
then, you have to go online and you have to there's a lot of documents that you have to prepare to do the application. So you have to give them, like, if you have funeral expenses paid for, then that's exempt as an asset, because it's one of your assets, it's where it has value, but it's exempt up to a certain dollar amount for that. So you have to show them proof of that. You have to show them statements, like 3 months of statements for all your checking accounts, your savings accounts, your investment accounts, and everything else. You have to tell them when you bought your house, and it's just, let me see if I can find that document really quick.
Weird how much.
I guess anything you're getting to, a pension or Social Security
yeah.
and all that stuff.
You're gonna get all those statements. And if you have life insurance, they consider that an asset.
Mm.
Some insurance policies there's like the term and there's the whole life, so some of them have like a cash value that you could sell it. Do you have life insurance?
No.
Okay.
I did when I worked at UPS, but I'm planning on getting it. As I get a little bit older, I'm going to start getting it.
Really? Do you
So,
think
yeah.
you need it?
Hey,
No,
I've got one.
I just want to do it just to to leave a bigger amount of money to my kids. You know, I
What's
don't need
called?
it.
Do you have
Yeah.
to pay taxes
But
on
is it
that?
really worth it? Like if you took that money instead of paying it to an insurance company,
Yeah,
life
I don't know. I
insurance,
haven't really
versus
figured that out.
invested it yourself.
I don't know. I haven't compared the two. I don't know.
What's
I
it
feel
called?
like if I'm really old, maybe like within 10 years of dying, and I get $1 million life insurance, I don't know how much that would be a month. I don't know if it would be better to invest. I'm not sure. I mean, I'm investing almost all my money right now. When I worked at UPS, I was investing like 33% out of every paycheck straight into my 401k. So, I mean, I'm
That's
investing
great.
as much as possible.
That's smart.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have to pay taxes on life insurance if someone gets it from you?
If someone gets it from you, or if, yeah.
Is there tax?
It's probably whatever you leave to your beneficiary.
It
If you-
actually goes directly to them. Like Paige inherited $30,000 from her godmother, and it was not a taxable event. But that was through California. I don't know if it's the same in different states or whatever, but it was not taxable. They had it taken care of before. So yeah, I
That's
thought that
what
was
I'm
weird
talking
too.
about.
But
Yeah, I wondered about that too, because we're going to leave a lot of money to our kids, and I don't want them to lose 30% or whatever.
yeah.
Yeah, I figure. I guess I just don't write down that I race or anything, you know?
Yeah, don't do that.
And never register my motorcycle.
Yeah.
I don't have a big one. It's usually about like
It's embarrassing. I always
100
keep like a Dollar Tree pair of glasses in my briefcase for when I'm traveling and everything, because like everything else gets broken. So these are broken. So kind of.
You should get those magnet ones.
Oh
Those
I
right.
see
nice,
people
yeah.
carrying those around all the time.
Yeah. Well, we were watching Christmas Mass.
Yeah, I saw the guy
In
had
Louisville, and one of the guys, like the priest is like,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I watch American Pickers sometimes, and the guy
Oh, I
has
love that show.
just like a cord that goes around your neck, and they snap together down here. And when you want to put them on, you snap together,
Mm-hmm.
take them off, and hang them there.
Can you help me move him up in bed?
Nah.
He keeps scooting down, and then he puts his feet 1 foot hanging over.
That's how I usually sleep.
It's just hard for me to sleep.
Ooh, what do you think of this thing? It's a Pook-made Volkswagen. Diesel.
I need to concentrate on this.
The other day, and I went to put the jeans on, you know, put those that you just pull up.
Just
Easier.
sweatpants.
Yeah.
Or something. Yeah.
You say, well, why? I like the jeans.
Get those
They're
sweatpants
too
that have
hard.
got Velcro on the side. Just
Uh,
With like sweatpants that have Velcro, just easier
Yeah.
to take them off.
Which state is MI?
Sweetheart.
Michigan?
MI is Michigan, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
See, if there was an apocalypse, this is probably what I would want right here.
Looks like Jordan's truck.
Look at this. It's a Volkswagen.
Oh, dang.
It's got
yeah.
a tiny little diesel
You
motor.
wouldn't have had that the other night, would you?
Is it a mouse pad?
Huh?
Is it a mouse pad?
No, it's like a hot pad, instead of hot
No,
dish.
that wasn't ours.
I'm thinking it might be John's. Somebody brought it out Christmas Eve.
It's got the Audi motor in it.
Yeah, Jordan's truck is really what we need in a zombie apocalypse or whatever.
Mm.
That's what, a new Tundra?
Yeah. And it's got the breather at the top so he can drive through water or whatever. Think about sometimes like where we would go around here if there was a war or asteroid strike or whatever. Think you know where the mega caverns are?
The what?
The mega caverns?
Oh, we were thinking of going there
Close
for the
to
light
the zoo.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, do
They
you want to
just-
do that? It's the only tickets we could get is like 9 o'clock in the morning on Saturday.
Nah.
Oh, I know, I know.
But Crystal and Caden go like zip lining there and stuff. It's like a massive
That'd be
cave
so much
by the
fun.
zoo.
I'd love to do that.
That'd
And
be where we'd
people
have-
used to store ammo there, and companies store stuff
Have
there.
you ever
And
been?
I haven't, but Crystal and Caden have been. But I'm,
Charlie and them, when he was working with Steve, they redid some of those concrete beams down there.
really,
Mm.
I think that would be a good place to go if there was
Oh, yeah.
an asteroid strike or
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
nuclear bomb or something.
Well, it might be like Custer's Last Stand over there, you know?
Might be. I mean, yeah, but
Everyone trying to get
you,
over
if
there.
you needed to find an underground shelter around here, that's the best one. But yeah, you'd have to fight your way in.
Yeah. That's the scary part.
Unless there's a
Everyone else is
flood,
thinking
that's
that
the worst
too.
place to be.
Yeah. Ideally, just keep moving. Get something that consumes as little fuel as possible and has zero things that can be meddled with from outside interference.
I've seen where people have built enclosures for their generators too.
Yeah. You alright?
Hey.
You okay?
Because those things are so loud. I think I got some liver in my sarcophagus.
Oh, love it.
Sarcophagus, you mean esophagus. Nice little slip there.
Yeah, he did that on purpose.
Yeah. I think I'd probably just go on a boat somewhere and just cast out a line, you know?
That's what I think I would do if it was The Walking Dead, you know?
Yeah,
On
right.
an island somewhere,
An island.
secluded, uninhabited island.
Best we got is Plum Island. Did you ever read that book?
Hmm.
I've heard of Plum Island, but I don't know what it is.
Nelson to Mill. Oh, it's where it was a governmental facility where they were doing a lot of genetic testing.
Yeah, that's right.
And Nelson to Mill wrote a book about it.
You okay?
I hate it when that happens.
would probably work. And
I can't, I'm focusing.
an RV.
It's so sad to see Charlie like that.
Yes.
I had to hold him up earlier and like just not look because she had to like take his pants down and everything and just.
I know, working with concrete, swimming pools and all that stuff, he was always so strong.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's gone. Yeah. So anyway, back to
Okay. Yeah. So. Yeah. So I was looking at like before what the amounts would have been with Mom and Charlie. So Mom, her income from Social Security and from she gets $600 out of her Schwab IRA a month. So her monthly income is $2,237. So it looks like here that for a single person, she would qualify for Medicaid. But then there's the community-based Medicaid that it says the waiver limit for an individual is $2,465 a month. So she would qualify for that. But the resource limit is $3,000. So if you have assets that are more than $3,000 in your checking, savings, brokerage, you can have one car is exempt.